Hey, this is Courtney Starhart here today to talk to you about this amazing kombucha class that I'm giving tonight. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is definitely the biggest game changer in my health regime, and it has kept me very happy and healthy for 15 years as I've been brewing it. So I'm really excited to share with you today. I have studied for 20 years. I've studied Native American and traditional culture. I've studied herbalism with the best, and I have studied ceremony even with a Pueblo shaman. So I've got all these crazy health tips that I'd love to share with you that come from traditional peoples from all around the world. All right, so let's get started talking about kombucha. Does anybody even know what it is? Do any of you drink kombucha out there? Hit me with a like if you already drink kombucha. Do you? All right, in this bottle is some kombucha that I have been brewing, okay? One of the best things about kombucha is that you can do it at home. It's totally sustainable and it's really light on the environment. So for those of you who would like to get off of caffeine, would like to get off of soda, for those of you who don't want to drink a cocktail in the evenings, for all of those different reasons, you can do something really wonderful and healthy like drinking kombucha. So what this is it's a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast that actually eats tea, the caffeine in tea, and it eats sugar. So I try to get the best ingredients that I possibly can. I get organic sugar, organic tea. I get my tea in bulk as much as possible. Okay, so this is some traditional Chinese tea. And this is a fermented tea, which is really wonderful. You can actually get this stuff fairly cheap in bulk. It's not that outrageous. The Chinese have valued tea for millennia, and it's part of Chinese culture. I want to show you this beautiful tea set here if you can see it. This is how tea was consumed traditionally. It was actually sipped in kind of a ceremonial way. So knowing that about tea, how important it is, it's an amazing thing with lots of great properties. Sometimes I get tea like this because I would like to be able to put it into a big pot. So the trick with brewing tea, I'm going to start at the beginning. First, you need a Scobie, which is that symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. Okay, I'm going to take you over here to see the mother. The Scobie is sometimes called a mother. You can see in here that there's this layer on top right there, okay? And that you can see on the side as well. That is the symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. You hear it called a Scobie sometimes, okay? This is the tea that I've brewed. Okay, so the trick with the tea is that you boil the water first, then you put your herbs in. I want to show you some of the additional herbs that I like to put in. And these are straight from the garden. Okay, so we've got lemon balm that I grow. We have got rosemary, just delicious. And we've got a little bit of peppermint. So I usually use just plain black tea, and then I go ahead and add some herbs in. So you boil your water, you cut the heat, and then you put your herbs in, okay? The reason why is because you can see right here on the lid that these little bubbles of moisture are gathering. Those are all of the important chemicals, so you don't want to let those biochemicals out. I'm actually not going to lift the lid off of here because we want to keep all of those important biochemicals in there. So what you do is you first boil that tea, get that ready. It has to steep for 3 to 5 hours. If you want all the properties of that herb, that tea plant to get into there, you have to boil it, put the tea in, put the herbs in, and cap it and leave it tightly sealed for at least 3 hours, if not 5. Sometimes I leave it overnight. The next step is you're going to take a cup of sugar per gallon. You're going to make that tea really strong, and then a cup of sugar per gallon, all right? And you mix that together, and you're going to put that into the container that you have with your mother. You can use all different containers. This is one that's 2.5 gallons. I choose to use this one. Since I have a class tonight, I've gotten everything all ready. Over here is an empty container. What we're going to do is we're going to mix the fresh tea with the tea that's already been fermenting. We're going to fill it up in here and cap it off and let it steep for a little while. The full cycle of kombucha takes 30 days, or a moon cycle. So all of the medicine that you want is fully present after a moon cycle. This right here has been fermenting for about 2 weeks, but it's half and half, the old stuff and the new stuff. Okay. So if that was a lot of information really quick, then go ahead, join the Meetup group. I put a link there for you, and you can take these classes online. I'm going to record what we go over tonight. We're going to go through the whole process with the ladies who are coming to join me tonight. So excited. And what else can you do? I want you to know a couple of important things about kombucha. The reason why we drink it, and it's called the Elixir of Immortality, is because it has amino acids in it that actually are the building blocks of life. So the amino acids that you need for bones, ligaments, joints, face, hair, skin, nails, everything, all of that stuff is in kombucha. In our modern world, it's kind of hard to get that stuff because our soil has been contaminated. Because the soil is so contaminated, and because there's not a whole lot of life in the earth, then the plants aren't having the kind of nutrients that they used to have. It's a really long story, but to make a long story short, unless you're eating probably biodynamic and organic food, you're not getting enough amino acids. This stuff, kombucha, is completely full of it. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is that it detoxes your system. So it actually pulls heavy metals. It pulls all kinds of other toxins. You can look it up for yourself. Don't believe just me. Always check what I'm saying, and anybody else too, because you never know if someone's actually telling you the truth or not. All this you can look up for yourself. And so it's called the Elixir of Immortality. In places where it was drank in Europe before World War II and World War I, people would often live to be more than 100 years old. So I think that's a really important piece of information. There's virtually no cancer. There's all kinds of diseases that are no longer present when people are drinking kombucha. So I would really love for you to put this into your habits and plug it into your life. The kombucha that you're buying in stores for about this much is $5. I sell these bottles full for $20, and people consistently buy them from me who are too busy to brew it themselves. But for those of you who want to do it at home, it's a really fun pet project. You can watch the thing grow. It's almost like having a pet, and it's one of the most wonderful things you can do if you have stress and anxiety, if you have PTSD, or if you have some kind of nutritional problems. If you're having problems with diabetes, if you're having problems with blood pressure, if you're having problems with your colon, this is the most wonderful thing that you can do for yourself right now. Okay, so I would love for you to join me on Meetup. I would love for you to join me. Oh, hi, Debbie. Hi, Kenneth. There are tons of people on here. That's awesome. Guys, if you're on here right now, hit me with a like, and then also share with other people, okay? Findingtheforce.com is where we're organizing, so pop your emails in there too, or just join the Meetup and hear about classes, okay? I can't wait to see all of you, hopefully in person, if not online, okay? Much love to everybody. Have a great day, and follow the links to join the class.